Barrels ahead. From inside the 15, here comes the return. 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion, the quarterback and his intended target not on the same page. One of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And the Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Looking for a block. It's Burks. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paulo.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there.
Touchdown Sooners! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. These two have pressure coming. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The Golden Gophers headed quickly to the line. On 3rd down, going up top. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Running it back, it's Burks. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the special teams, that's always a momentum builder. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And the special teams comes up special. He takes advantage. The short punt, he catches it, and you can tell, does a great job using his blocks, getting north-south, getting to the end zone for the big play.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Trying to power it in. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead.
Some running backs just have a nose for the end zone. That guy did a great job there in the 2-point play, running that one in.
The kickoff team is out there after that punt return for a touchdown. They'll try to pin him deep. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Getting some heat. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They move the tight end all over. Off the play fake on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's taking the shot. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Keeps the legs moving. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Final play of the quarter coming. Leaves it with the back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. Touchdown Sooners! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They'll line up to go for 2. They'll try to run it in. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. We reached a quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They largely dominated this 1st quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. Straight ahead from inside his 25. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Can hang their hat on some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but
nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Slips through the line. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the...
He's going for it all. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
He'll pull it down and run. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback?
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go.
A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Here comes the offense on second down. Using his legs, it's Ocha. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Complete to the left. Defense was right there, but they couldn't stop him from making the catch, and he's got it to the 30. The Sooners are flying down the field. To the ground with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. The inside handoff. Strong run. Picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Snags it. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. If these guys wanted to make a statement, statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
Here comes the 2-point try. Trying to slam in. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He'll start this drive firing. On target. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Dumps it off in the flats. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Movement here from the tight end. They'll keep it on the ground. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll bring it back. It's Burks. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. After that completion, move the sticks. It's first down. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. It's complete. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Sometimes as a quarterback when you're did, but I'd expect...
Touchdown Sooners! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
They're bringing heat into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. From inside the 15, here's the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity to... And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. On second down, they'll take to the air. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. From the gun, the ground game. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and tradition there in Minneapolis. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Huntington Bank Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Golden Gophers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now in the...
They'll try to pop the draw. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And oftentimes running backs love draw plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second. So the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. They'll try to get the first through the air. On the move at the 30. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback doing that to your defense.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Grabbed behind the line, it's Hicks. Bulldozes him. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the pummeling has started. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. They'll try to blast their way in. He's got a nose for that goal line. First he scored the touchdown. Now he makes his way in for the 2-point conversion. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We'll see if they can dig one up that goes forward this time on 2nd down from the 18. To the air, it's Lindsey. Trying to get... Fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
3rd and long equals pass almost every single time. Pin your ears back. Go get the quarterback. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
Touchdown Sooners! And the route is on.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Sam Houston went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Bearcats team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Line gets set, 1st down.
Here we go.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Trying to take it back. The 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
How about that for a momentum swing? Your defense gets the pick 6. Offense comes right back on the field, and they get the 2-point conversion.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They're trying to get to it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
He's got great speed. Giving him his pads. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They'll go to the ground. Open space at the 25. Bringing the heat. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown Sooners! And the stomping has commenced. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating them time and time again.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Oh, how could that happen? He misses the extra point. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. The give from the gun. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on third. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They'll run it from the gun. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. They'll try the left side. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
college football becomes more and more every year, more nickel, more dime packages, more speed on the field. So no matter what you do, I got a guy that can go.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Holds it in on the left. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the punishment has been extended. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide-open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Reese, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. We reached the quarter. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to see.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And how about this defense? They got the donut going. And here's one thing I'll tell you about the donut. Late in the game, you're talking about on the field. We want to finish this thing and keep that 0 on the scoreboard. No matter who's in the game, who we've rotated, everybody's trying to get a 0 up there.
And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple of weeks, especially the next week in practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He's loose on the right. Touchdown Sooners! And the beatdown has ensued. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. FIU is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 28 over the Sharks. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to go up top on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play.
And that pass intercepted. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They'll try the run. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Sooners are on the move. He wants to throw. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. Throws to the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Now a two-point conversion attempt coming up. Try to barge their way in. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. Timeout called by the offense. They obviously saw something that gave them pause before this two-point attempt. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play, second and long from the 11. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Peters. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 3rd and 10, still back up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Fires the pass, intercepted. Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost done.
Got his man on the right. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. The Sooners are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he tacks on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with the 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there getting set. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was looking for some running room, but not. Stopped at the 18. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Sooner offense returns to the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left.
Afterburners coming. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coach.
And they get him on the ground, and that's going to do it. Ball game is over. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
I think you got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, and it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
And that's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. The passion runs deep here in Norman, Oklahoma, or as they say, sooner born and sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead. Welcome to Oklahoma and the home of the Sooners. Maybe you need a little caffeine, or maybe the sheer energy of this matchup will keep you wide awake, as we know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Sharks, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Sharks will kick it away to start us off. And he's going to bring it out. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. The Sooners offense takes the field. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree, arguably one of the most gifted runners.
He's off to the races. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They'll run the option. He's not going to get in. The two-point conversion attempt is no good, and the lead remains at 6. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Sharks offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
The game got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now, coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. He's got an open man. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Dropping back, it's Arnold. Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And I know most offensive coaches, they're going to be thrilled taking all these 50-50 shots against man coverage. I don't know, though, if they want to keep testing that defensive back. He has been on fire.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. The Sooners trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Down in tight to the goal line, you saw some good movement up front by the offensive line, getting a push and giving that running back a chance.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they capped it off. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. They'll try to get it through the air. Got out of trouble and throws. With the catch, it's Barnes. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the 1st down, now set up 1st and goal.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown Sooners! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. South Alabama took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Mobile. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Coming after it. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After